read about the Nevada kind of divorce laws in the 50s, and you could get a quickie divorce in Nevada in 1954. And I started to think, well, actually, that's a really interesting thing, you know, a bunch of people pitching up somewhere who don't know each other to get divorces. Conflict in drama is, I think, all about bringing different people together, bringing kind of strangers together. So to have strangers meeting, wanting a divorce, not knowing each other, was the basic start of the play for me. I thought that was just a great jumping off point.
This is it, man. This is the Nevada desert. This is, we've got 4 cabins out here, 4 men with lives in various states of disrepair, and we're just sweating it out.
So these guys come here from all around the country, and they have to live here in these camps for 6 weeks. Once 6 weeks, they become a resident, and the next day they get divorced, and then they go back to where they came from.
The tension really comes from the young man who shows up, Caleb, who really disrupts the balance of power of the place for Ben. Ben's found a real sense of peace and honesty here, and Caleb really comes in and sort of upsets that.
Caleb is the mystery of the show, along with Ben. And you know, if you read the script, you see the show, you don't know who he is, and that's really what keeps you engaged, I'd say.
I think Gerald's very at home here. Yeah, would rather be here than anywhere else. And because it makes sense, and you don't have to face, there's no responsibility. There's just games and fishing and beer.
Chrissie is sort of trying to attach herself to one of the men who are staying at Mrs. Duke's cabins. She sort of frequents the place because she's selling her services to several of the different men. You know, given the period, I don't think she has many options. She comes from a really broken home.
There's a little bit of a mystery about her. She's rather feisty, and she makes her opinions known, and even though she's a black woman, she's not afraid to speak up to these Caucasian men who are in her residence.
The director, Carolyn, Cantor, is able to work with all of us individually, but also as a group. She's not forcing this mashed potato type of environment, but we're all getting our own dotted I's and crossed T's from Matthew as well, the writer, because there's so many different levels of human going on. So we all have our work to do, but there's a level of play at the same time.
The thing that I love about this play that's so unusual for a new play is usually you're in a new play and you get to work with some of the actors and not others. And I think what's so great is we are in such a tight space here that everybody affects each other so significantly. All of the relationships are important.
What's interesting in rehearsals is that I've found that a lot of Chrissie scenes have real humor in them. I mean, when we get it on its feet, it feels a lot more playful.
It's like a dream come true, really is, working with Carolyn, who's such a good director.
I think a really great director does a couple of things, which she does really well. She creates a really great jungle gym for us to play on, and then helps us find the rules of those games, but then doesn't tell us how to play it, which is really cool and rare.
Matt has done a great job of blending humor and sadness and drama and these life events all together, you know, just sort of really, you know, beautiful slice of life about what happens to people under these circumstances.
You know, like a lot of modern plays feel like TV shows. This does not feel like that. It feels like an old style mice and men drama, you know, and has like a real life to it.
I started to realize pretty early on that MTC was special. And when I wrote this play, I felt very clearly that I wanted it to be done by MTC. The opportunity to have it done here would be incredible. So I sent it to them, and their response was amazing. And all the way through the process, the support of galvanizing me to make the play as good as it can be has been remarkable.